Good evening, this is SBC News, the news for this Friday 11th of November. Various health and safety officers from the public and private sector participated in a forum held today to promote better awareness on practices to reduce workplace accidents. This forms part of the Safety Week activities, which starts as of next week. It was the Minister for Employment and Social Affairs, Patricia Franco, who officially launched the 23rd edition of the Safety Week, which is being held under the theme Act Together to Build a Positive Safety and Health Culture. Meanwhile, the chairman of the Occupational Safety Board, Dr. Vanessa L'Espérance, says that some workplaces are still not placing enough emphasis on health and safety.
What we found with health and safety in Seychelles, the main challenges are that we're having underreporting of accidents and injuries, and this results in difficulties to have information that you need to interpret and to translate into actions for you to mitigate the challenges that you have. So this is a setback that we're having because we are not receiving this information. The reporting, although required by law, is not being respected as such. So therefore, we are sort of blind to what is really going on out there. So it's difficult for us to be able to do things to correct that. So that is a point of concern, because then you are not able to know about the real status of the safety or health of the workers out there. So a lot of the workplaces, they do not have a health and safety representative or officer, and therefore they are not really focusing on health and safety, which is very important. We have the Occupational Safety and Health Decree from 1978, so it's been quite a few years, and of course a lot of things have happened in health and safety, so there is a need for us to review this law and upgrade it.
The Agency for Social Protection will stop administering child maintenance collection and payment as from December this year. As of the January 2023, the responsibility will be transferred to the Family Tribunal. On Mahé and Pralin, payment and collection will take place daily. On Mahé, it will be at the Magistrates Court Cashier, while on Pralin, it will be at the court in the Pension Fund Complex. On La Digue, cash transactions will be carried out only on Wednesdays at the District Administration Office. For those doing bank transfers through the Central Bank, nothing will change. This decision was announced during a joint press conference by the ASP and the Judiciary at the Family Tribunal yesterday afternoon. Both institutions have said that this transfer of responsibility will be of benefit to them and the children involved.
This decision has come into effect as a result of lacking certain information regarding payment. We need updated files to be able to take the proper decision during our deliberation in the Family Tribunal. So this decision will assist us, and also it will be easier for us to follow through with payments and also get all the necessary receipts and confirmation that either the person in concern is making the requested payment as per the order of the Family Tribunal.
The benefit that the agency will see from this transfer will be obviously that all the payments and the judgment being looked after under one roof, and also the benefit that we will see obviously the judgments being adhered to and enforced, so that the children can be benefited, and also when we see parents applying for welfare application, that both parents are making contributions towards their children's daily living.
The leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Sébastien Pillet, says that the government should not be using its power to oppress the freedom of expression and stop people from speaking their minds. This follows a statement released by State House saying it met with the CEO, Deputy CEO, and 2 members of the SBC board to express concerns about allegations made against Minister Anthony Derjak in the L'Opinion programme. Mr. Pile described this as a regression when it comes to freedom of expression.
I believe this is a direct interference in the work of the SBC. As enshrined in the Constitution, SBC has a role to play in presenting divergent views. The program is called L'Opinion. People were expressing their opinion. And why should State House get involved in the opinions expressed by people? If State House feels aggrieved or the minister in question feels aggrieved, as he was party to the accident, then he should have returned to SBC, just like any other citizen. In fact, the other cases have come before the courts, in the public domain, and names of people have been mentioned through different programs at SBC. So why should, in this case, the minister be treated differently? And you have to recall that as I brought a PNQ in the National Assembly for the government to address this issue, their lack of transparency when they did not come forward is what has prompted people to speculate on this issue, people to make their own opinions on this issue. So I sincerely hope that the executive realizes that it is no longer the case in Seychelles that they can interfere in the independence of the media to do their work. And I also sincerely hope that SBC does not go down a road to self-censor its own journalists in doing the work that they do.
President Wavel Ramkalawan met with the current Egyptian Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Al-Azhar Al-Sharif, and former president of Al-Azhar University, Ahmed Mohamed Ahmed El-Tayeb. Imam Al-Azhar Al-Sharif is a renowned Egyptian Islamic scholar, and he was appointed by the former Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak following the death of Mohammed Sayed Tantawi in 2010. During discussions, President Ramkalawan shared with Imam Al-Azhar Al-Sharif how in Seychelles an interfaith community of various religions coexist, including representatives of the Muslim faith. The 2 leaders also exchanged views on the various topics at the COP27 Sharm el-Sheikh summit, and agreed that the way forward was not just promises but concrete actions. Absa Bank Seychelles has confirmed that the bank has temporarily imposed a restriction on all AliExpress e-commerce platform. The bank has, in a press release, said that on Thursday, yesterday evening, their monitoring and detecting system alerted them to discrepancies on some of their customer accounts, and they took immediate steps to safeguard their customers' accounts from any additional exposure. They have reassured their customers that the situation is getting their full attention, and they currently have a team of highly specialized individuals working to address the issue as fast as possible. Officials from the UK-based Renaissance Learning say they intend to continue their program here. They began implementing the reading program in schools across the country 3 years ago. The visiting Renaissance delegation has been evaluating the project. It included assessment of students' reading skills.
What we have done is we have changed the product slightly and added the assessment in product to make it simpler for the children to use and for the teachers to navigate and find the results. When students are reading for 15 minutes a day, and when they are reading with strong comprehension, that they make accelerated growth. We have a bank of research that shows that. And so we're so excited to see that this year alone, students have read over 50,000 books on Maya. We're also excited to see that they have read them with an average of very strong comprehension. One of the other things that I wanted to mention was we have seen such an incredible reading culture be built over the past 3 years. Over 60% of the reading that children are doing has been happening outside of school hours.
And we now end this news summary. We'll be back at 8 with the news in Creole. Next on SBC is the program La Cuisine. Have a very pleasant evening.